As manufacturing and supply chain companies become larger and more complex, financial planning and performance management processes become less effective. The same is true of integrated business planning and advanced sales and operations planning processes, as well as other integrated planning and performance management approaches. Complexity makes it increasingly difficult to achieve financial and operational planning and performance management objectives, like forecast accuracy, rolling forecasts, and profit-based sales and operations planning that is integrated with financial processes. This is especially true of the ones in red in the middle. The problem is that neither financial nor sales and operations planning tools fully support these objectives. This is because they, along with the others on the screen, become highly interconnected in complex settings. Classic examples of these interconnected objectives lie in treasury and tax, the most common of which is cash flow and foreign currency exposure forecasting. These processes are two of the most complex and least developed in global organizations. This is because there are so many moving and interconnected parts to these processes that can't be captured within basic planning models. In complex settings, making meaningful improvements to these processes requires models that can simulate cash flows as goods and services move across functions and legal entities. These same types of models are also needed to support tax planning. The point here is that the models required to achieve the objectives of both finance and operations become one and the same. The problem is that manufacturers lack planning and performance management capabilities that enable them to cope with complexity. As complexity rises, manufacturers aren't able to effectively connect targets to resource requirements in a way that drives strategy and optimizes performance. From a more simplistic perspective, they can't connect inputs and outputs and maintain this connection as conditions change. What results from these complexity gaps are decisions having unintended consequences that erode value. By using integrated processes, manufacturers can address these gaps, thereby creating value by avoiding these unintended consequences. We believe that the value of these integrated processes can improve profitability by up to 5% of sales, a metric that represents the cost of complexity. Evidence of this value can be found in the results of many research studies, examples of which are shown on the screen. Integration creates incremental capabilities that provide the means to address complexity-related capability gaps that underlie these value shortfalls. What underlies this value is how these incremental capabilities enable manufacturers to achieve universal business objectives, like those shown on the screen. For example, operational excellence, sustainable cost reduction, and profitable growth. Through integration, 4 incremental business capabilities are created that traditional financial and operational software can't support, either on their own or together as part of a process. These 4 capabilities are explained in more detail in a separate video. What enables these business capabilities are manufacturing-specific technologies that integrate strategic, financial, and operational applications, all on a single platform. Examples of these applications are shown on the screen. The nature of these technology innovations are described in an article, the title of which is provided on the top of the screen. The graphic on the screen comes from this article. It describes shared application and platform capabilities that legacy planning and performance management software does not fully support. You can find this article using the link on the bottom of the screen. These technology innovations are similar to those that drove ERP over 2 decades ago. In the same way that ERP brought together disparate transactional systems, these innovations are doing likewise to enterprise planning and performance management applications. While these innovations can drive significant strategic value, they can also drive tactical value by eliminating redundant technologies and non-value-added costs within planning and performance management processes. The key takeaway is that traditional standalone applications, like those shown on the left side of the screen, have key capability gaps in comparison to the technology innovations that we've just described. Details of these capability gaps, along with a maturity model, are explained in a separate YouTube video, the title of which is shown on the left side of the screen. If your organization is hitting a wall when it comes to establishing more effective process integration, you may want to assess how these technology innovations can help you address capability gaps in your processes and systems. Especially if you feel that existing financial and operational planning and performance management tools are hindering your ability to support more effective processes that drive value. We would welcome the opportunity to discuss the relevance of integrated processes with you, along with any questions you may have, including those on the screen. If you would like further details about the material covered in this video, other YouTube videos are available, examples of which are shown on the screen. Thank you for watching this video. Please use the contact information provided on the screen for further details about its contents or how we might be of assistance.